Okay. So, so every community, like there are multiple communities that is part of a larger community again called the third pillar, where we are trying to create a community platform rather than a gig platform. The reason being, gig workers, like we talked last time, are lonely, they're anxious where their next project is going to come from. Third thing is they are shunned from the traditional financial services ecosystem because there's too much risk attached with investing in an individual, irrespective of how much money you made last month. I don't know if you'll be motivated enough to go ahead and do the next month of project and get it done, right? And the fourth and most important thing is gig workers themselves aren't clear about the path. Let's say you start up as a content writer this year. How many years are you going to be a content writer? Or like, how are you going to jump from content writing to XYZ? What is the path for that? So these are all the problems that current gig workers are facing, apart from like data and whatnot. So third pillar is a book written by Raghuram Rajan, where he talks about at a macro level how state and market leaves community behind. I'll send you the link. You guys can read about this because it'll take a lot of time to explain. So this is a research that I'm doing, almost done with Bharat Inclusion funded by IMA, where we talk about how the gig workers should own their data. So that's where the whole platform that we have built is based on something called the permission blockchain, where you will own your data, I will own my data. So if we are all individually owning our data, the next important question is how can I leverage that data, right? That's one of the reasons why communities also exist. So communities solve all the four problems that I mentioned initially, which is I'm not lonely because I'm working in a team like a big company, but I'm still a gig worker, right? That's very important to understand. You're not a full-time employee of Matterport Growth, right? I'm also a gig worker within Matterport Growth. Giridhar is also a gig worker within Matterport Growth. So I'm not working alone, so it takes away the loneliness feeling. I'm not anxious because every community has the demand side, right? Which we talked about last time, which is here. So if our community Mad About Growth is about sales, marketing, and strategy professional, on one side we are upskilling the community members, which is how we take apprenticeships and basically unskilled people and semi-skilled professionals. For example, Veer over here has his own business consulting firm, but he still wants to be part of the community because he's a semi-skilled professional. He wants to understand how he can like take his brand or his consulting practice into a larger practice. Simple, right? So then theory, the growth engine handbook is one theory, but like of course, let's say you come up with your own framework that also now becomes part of the community's knowledge base that the entire community can leverage upon and learn from, right? So this is the skilling part, and the other side is the growth on demand thing. So by the way, this also up. So this is where we are getting the projects ready, which is the demand side, right? So once now, because we have some credibility in the market, like Giridhar and me personally, because of our experience and like whatever book that we have written and whatnot. Um, so we go and close deals, and which is growth engine setup, which is what Veer will be working on, right? Like how Trishna is going to work on Stranger Sapiens, Veer will be working on our community's growth itself because it's in alignment with what he's already selling. Just that now his per ticket size will increase, his credibility will increase in the market, so he can demand a higher ticket price. That's it, simple, right? So for him to go and sell that, he has to understand what growth engine handbook is, what we are doing in terms of growth engine setup, growth campaigns, and whatnot. Once a project is closed, so it's a very simple website. You can read privacy policy terms of where we have just put up different types of projects that we'll be taking in, right? New product launch. So these are all strategy related needs that a person could have. This is marketing related needs. Next is sales related needs, right? Once someone comes here, does like raise this request, right? Then it becomes a project within our lingo. So once it becomes a project, that is in turn divided into gigs and apprenticeship, which will go based on the skill level and whatnot. That's what the skill table talked about, right? So this one thing is a community, which is a microcosm of an economy, which is what this micro research talks about. Again, like you can go and read these things, the economic rationale behind it, why this is important at a larger scale and whatnot, right? Now, this is one community. Now, think about multiple communities around multiple skills that are being like, Stranger Sapiens, now Trishna will be working on. That's another community that we are working on, right? So it's not just research that we are doing. We are also basically implementing the same research and showing to the world that it is possible for you to act like an independent agent or a gig worker, but still be part of different communities, which is in accordance to your needs, accordance to your skills. And eventually we'll also have space-based communities. So, the typical way of looking at community is what? Area-based, right? I live in Koramangala, so the community that I should be part of is Koramangala community. But our forefathers were hunters and gatherers first before we call them Africans. So skill comes first, then comes space, right? Unless we can take care of ourselves, which is financial well-being, and that comes from improving our skill set. So it's important that we become part of skill-based communities first. So we become self-sufficient in terms of whatever that amount that we want on a monthly basis or yearly basis. And then you expand into taking care of your neighborhood. That's the logic in which we are going. So it's a research. So third pillar is essentially a research and a do organization. So the research is the macro research where we talk about frictions in the labor market and whatnot. That's where verification becomes important. Validation of your skill set becomes important. Skills being leveled up and coming from community with proof of validation, that becomes important, which in turn reduces frictions in the labor market, which in turn reduces unemployment in a country. Again, it's a macroeconomic research. Micro is this part of looking at it as one side we are increasing the skill and the other side we are bringing in demand. And individual or the productivity level is where we talk about Stranger Sapiens, which is how do you become part of multiple communities but still remain sane, and you're able to do it at a consistent level. That's what SS is all, Stranger Sapiens is all about, right? And for all these things now, it's good. I'm doing research. I'm also like implementing that. But for it to scale, now this answers Trishna's question. If someone wants to start a new community, all they have to do is Axel, like go on Skillshare platform now, because we have the process and other things ready, which you guys will see today. It will be very easy for them because the base layers are in place. So what are those base layers? So at the core, what are we talking about? A gig worker. And the gig worker is trying to optimize for his or her well-being, right? So what's an ideal representation of a gig worker is what Skillshare identity is about. I'll just show my profile. So this is my profile. So this is your demographic data, which is essentially to reduce your verification friction, right? So if Veer says his name is Veer and XYZ, then I should trust that. And I can't keep asking him, hey, submit your Aadhaar card, or like, so basically he owns that data. It's not that Skillshare owns the data, because what's happening right now is, I mean, when you create so there's a Chrome extension called Shield, which stores your public private key locally on your browser, which means not even Skillshare developers have access to that. So what I'm trying to show here is this is your data, you own it. And when you're working within Mad About Growth, you are giving a piece of your data to Mad About Growth to the extent that you want to give to Mad About Growth to open certain skills and get endorsed by this community, okay, which is growth skill. But I'm also part of multiple communities. I'm part of, so if you see, I'm part of Stop Being Boring because I want to improve my soft skills. And generally, I want to become a stand-up comedian. But I'm also interested in quantum, so I'm part of that. And everything has proof of work, which is your profile page, which is what we'll be setting up right now. So similarly, in Mad About Growth, certain things, but these are all exploratory skills for me, because this is a community in which my skill level is certain extent that I can leverage it to make money, right? And similarly, when I joined Stop Being Boring, I was at skill level 0, but for the last 1.5 years, because of spending so much time over there and learning so many things, now I'm able to teach certain things, become a facilitator over there. So I do meme creation as a session for corporates, and we charge close to 50,000 for one session. right? And that's because of 1.5 years of work that has gone into Software. Again, like you can click on that, that'll open my profile page. You can see all those things. Similarly, research is my, I would say, bread and butter, because the third pillar is a proof of work for research, because I have a public policy degree. I come from system dynamics background. So like this is the piece that is holding everything together. And Stranger Sapiens, because the reason why I'm able to do so many things without breaking down or without going into a negative spiral is because I understand that you have to fix your life at 6 different levels. So Stranger Sapiens community, I'm a part of that as well, right? So similarly, you can start multiple communities, but like I said, you need 1 or 2 skills. Ideally, in Stranger Sapiens, we talk about 3 skills in which you try to be top 5% in the world. Because if you're diversifying, you cannot be the top 1%. That thought has to go away. But you can be top 5% in the entire world, at least in 3 skills, so that you can start making money. Right. So for me, the way my skills, I would say now in Stop Being Boring, because my skill has increased, I'm making money. In Mad About Growth, the same thing. And third pillar is what I would say, because I'm able to create communities, which means eventually I can position communities as a service, or how to build a community around this skill, and I will be able to make money. Right. So that's how we all have to think about it. But like I said, we have to reach a certain level where we are making money by leveraging certain skills that we have, and then we diversify, right? But certain things like Stop Being Boring and SS, you can always, I believe everyone should have that, because if you're collaborating with people, you need soft skills, and which is what comes from Stop Being Boring. And if you're doing multiple things, you have to understand this productivity stack, which is what Stranger Sapiens is doing, right? Then again, like these things are like usual things. My education, I'll upload my document, it'll get signed by a background verification agency, yada, yada, yada. Similarly, work also. Every work that I've done, what are the documents that I have to support it? Because this all adds to my endorsements at the skill level, right? Right now, it's in beta phase. We haven't like onboarded a BGV company, which we'll be doing Wednesday. But if you now remember, go back and look at your skill table, like skills chain identity itself comes at level 5, right, Girdhar? Or level 4 at an associate partner level. Yeah. Junior associate level. Level 6. Okay.
Level 6.
Yeah. Because like there's no need to complicate things in people's life. It's like, hey, you come here for a skill, you learn that, da 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 da, and then this all affects your overall well-being score. Trishna, if you have like gone through SS page, you would have seen physiology, thinking, energy, whatnot, and that all adds to my overall score, which is the research. Like I said, we are finishing off. This will all come from this research, right? So well-being is a function of this. We have broken it down a little bit more, which is 6 different stacks. Once the well-being score is there, then I can go and claim insurance. I can go and claim other things that we are talking about, all the way up to pension. So right from savings and lending to insurance to pension. And pension, like we can discuss a little later, because at a manager partner level, once you reach $1 million, or you put 5 years into a community, then you'll be eligible to say, hey, I have put so much time into the community, and your proof of work is there. All your work log gets validated, be on blockchain. So you can always go and claim that I need now a monthly pension of 20,000, 30,000, 1 lakh, whatever that we decide at that point in time. But like, this is the way in which this is going to go, right? And so to answer again to Trishna's question, which is, can I start my own thing? Of course, we want you to start your own community, right? Or your own practice, basically. Make sense? Any questions?
Clear.
Clear? Okay, nice. All right. So any other questions, Veer?
No, I have the complete clarity.
Yeah. So with Veer, though, first time we talked, we spent like 2-3 hours, because there were a few other people as well at that point. Okay, so the next agenda is basically to create your profile pages within Mad About Growth. and the work log template that we'll give you so that you can start logging your work on a daily basis. Gigi, you can start with that.
For the daily notes, you can check it. It's been created.
Okay, so first things first. So we use a tool called Roam Research. I mean, we are totally against this whole app and whatnot because it should be easy. It should be easily editable. And app's user experience is like few people thinking that this is how it has to be structured and we use it. It's any app is what essentially it's a form. Basically, it's a form to interact with your database. And whereas Roam Research gives a way to directly interact with the database because this in itself is a database. Okay. But you don't have to look at it that way. You can just look at it as a note-taking tool, just like your OneNote or whatever way that you're making notes in life. This is one of the way to look at it. The way it's powerful is, again, like over a period of time, you guys will understand every single dot that goes into this database is basically a node. And then the more, so this is a task that's getting done. I'm just checking for my growth. So if I click on one node, I will essentially know where are all this person is being tagged. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show. Is this fine? Maybe. Oh. Yeah, perfect. How come I don't have perfect? Let me show another communities thing so it's easy. Gigi, do you have a profile on Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, small letters, it's just simple things. Okay. Which page are you guys saying? Gigi's page, right? So basically, whatever that will eventually go into the identity of Skillshare, because right now we don't have to complicate things, and like we said, we want to like show that to people once they stick with us for some time and they've grown their skill to a certain extent. Only then it makes sense because Skillshare identity will be only 1 million in circulation. Like it cannot be more than that. That's how that entire ecosystem is structured. So we don't want everyone to get it. We want people to earn a Skillshare identity because there's, like I said, there's like a lot riding on that, right? We don't want like an open come and create a profile and then like you don't even use it. We don't want that. We want people who understand what we are trying to build, and we want people who have put in the effort to increase their own skill set. It's not even that they are putting in the effort to grow a company or a community, right? They have shown diligence in the way that they have improved their skill over a period of time. And then after they reach that level, there will be a ceremony and then Skillshare identity will be given to them. So right now, all the communities that I showed, only the partners of those communities have Skillshare identity. And we are going to take another 1 year to structure a lot more, gamify things and whatnot. So just 1 million identities will be there. But we can't wait for that to happen. So we need an identity within the community itself. So that's what this page is going to be. And this page is what will be linked in your Skillshare identity whenever you reach that stage, right? So it mimics exactly what is there on Skillshare identity. So your basic details, your current work, your education details, your work experience, and your skill map, which is what is now created for each one of you. Right. So we have give out few onboarding videos, and this is a base template of how it all looks like. Apart from the hard skills, one thing that I want to reiterate is like the importance of soft skills and virtues. So in soft skills, teamwork, communication, leadership, whatever you feel like you're good at and whatever you feel like has to be validated, right? At the end of the day, it's different from saying I have this, and 6 months down the line, you have done 100 projects, and all those 100 projects has these validations tied to that as well, right? So that is the soft skills part. Virtues, it's again another major thing that we have done in our identity, because so the easiest way to virtues are values in action. That's the definition. But how to start thinking about virtues is, Moses Sampal is a name given to me by my parents, and I was born in a Tamil family. So Tamilian is again a identity that was thrust on me. Born in Tamil Nadu in India, so again Indian is a identity thrust on me. Similarly, if you look at all the things that we have done, these are all mostly identities that are put on us, right? But if you remove all these identities that are thrust upon us, and we look at a person from bare minimum, then who is that person, right? That's what we mean by virtue. Like, am I a hardworking person, a person of integrity? If I say something, I will do it. That's integrity. And someone who is grateful and practicing gratefulness on a daily basis. So these becomes virtues. And now imagine, so now look back at the frictions that I was talking about, right? Search and match friction. Skill-based matching is still, I won't say it's completely fixed in the world. It's still easier, right? I can go to LinkedIn, I can go to Monster, and I can say, I need a JavaScript developer. I need a digital marketer. I can find that person. But can I find a person with great integrity? No way we can do that, right? So we want to build that within the identity, and we want to bring that as a practice in everything that we are doing within the community, right? So think about virtues. Like in Stranger Sapiens, we do that as a 6-day program itself, like how to think about your identity, how do you arrive at your virtues and all these things, but like we don't have time for that. Also not necessary at this stage. When skills chain identity is going to be given, that will be done. But right now, just think along these lines, which is you remove all these identities, the name, sex, gender, nationality, race, remove all those things, and then think about who you are as a person. Then that will clearly give you, and for that, again, it's not just you saying, because saying is what a value is, right? Like there are some esoteric good values that everyone wants to have, but then what we do on a regular basis is what becomes a virtue. That's why it's values in action. And the reason why I'm stressing on this so much is because every gig that you're going to be doing, every apprenticeship project that you're going to be doing will be validated on all these things, not just on your skill, but also on your soft skill, but also on your virtues, right? So be very cognizant of that and try to minimize it to 3, like not 10. I mean, in skills chain, like we have limited it to 3. Similarly, skills also is limited to 3. Of course, the reason being, then you will really focus on what are the 3 things that you want to focus on. And if you like leave it open, then they'll give like 100 different things, which is what is happening in LinkedIn and all, right? So skill map is very important. Take your time to think about what are all the industries you have exposure to, be it. Also, this will help us figure out what kind of community members we can put into what project. At the end of the day, that's what it is, right? We want to search and match people once we close. So right now, let's say there's this Argus IoT Industry 4.0 project that we just closed that deal. Now we want people to work on that. So if someone within the community who has exposure in manufacturing, then that person will have a higher priority of getting into that project than someone who has worked with the HR industry. You know what I mean? So what are all the industry exposures that you have, be it insurance, be it consulting, anything. Then within that, so let's say my exposure is technology at a broad level. Within that, my business functions exposure would be project management and growth. And within that, then you break it down into 3 levels of skills. This is taken from International Labour Organization, how they structure their skills. So within that function, so let's say growth, within that you go to level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is typically, broader sales, marketing, strategy. Level 2 would be, I would say, pre-sales, and then go-to-market strategy. Within each of those hard skills, 1 level deeper. Level 3 is even 1 level deeper, right? The tools that you can use within those things. Again, the more info you give over here, the better it will be for us to put you into projects. Or leverage the community members and the skills that they have into closing more projects. It's a win-win, right? And then virtues. Again, look back at your life. The easiest way to do that, apart from the 16 personality test, INTJ and whatnot, that is one way. The other way is Jordan Peterson talks about something called self-authoring suit. If you find time, go ahead and do it. It'll help you understand yourself better, like 100%. It takes anywhere between 8 hours to 16 hours to finish that. It like talks about your life as past authoring, but then there'll be a bunch of questions, and then current, and then future. So 3 different segments are there, which is called self-authoring suit. That's another way to do it. But the shortest way to do would be think about 3 instances in your life when you were happy or when you were really productive. Be it your 12th grade exams when you like really scored a lot of marks, something. It could be anything, right? The achievement that you think is an achievement, and think of those 3 achievements, and then figure out what were the surrounding instances that made you achieve that, right? It could be because you were in a happy state, and you were in a happy state because you were being grateful, and you are being grateful because like that. If you can question like that and think about 3 instances where you are really achieved something, and think about 3 instances where you failed miserably, that pattern will give us our virtues, right? If you are able to bounce back from this failure and come back, then perseverance could be a virtue, or like bouncing back itself is a virtue, right? And if you have done that multiple times in your life, that in itself is a virtue, right? So think about these things, because every gig that we are going to be executing, every apprenticeship project that we are going to be executing will be rated on all these things by the team lead who will be managing that project, which in turn will be validated by community partners that will go into your blockchain identity over a period of time. Okay. And then communities right now, if you're working on Stranger Sapien, then you can easily put, I'm part of that community as well. But right now, all of us are part of Mad About Growth community, right? So this is about just fixing your identity profile. Okay. There's also a way to encrypt all this data. If you want, you can go here, type encrypted text. So if you don't want people to see your data, you can encrypt it. So we, like I keep saying, data ownership, not even data privacy. We talk about data ownership. And this page is completely yours. Tomorrow, let's say we get into an altercation and you're like, fuck you, I don't want to work with you. You can always export this thing into a JSON format, this page, and then you can move. In a public policy context, this is called data portability, right? I didn't like a company, I should take my data and then I should be able to move, right? So that's data portability. So data ownership, data portability, it's built on these principles, okay? So this is the first thing that we are going to be doing. Fill your profile right now, and then then we can talk about work log, I guess, right, Gigi? First identity and then work log, yeah.
Let's start off then. We'll do it off right away.
Yeah. But any questions, guys?
It's clear to me.
Veer?
Yeah. So like I spoke with Girdhar previously. Rather than, since I don't want to like show myself as a gig worker or a freelancer, so like I told him that rather than being part of the community, I'm more interested in working with you both.
Yeah, that is clear. So
Yeah.
you will be joining at what is that level for Veer?
Junior associate.
Right. So you're a junior associate at Margot.
Yeah,
Group, no?
but still I need to fill in these details.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Also, yeah, we wanna change this branding problem that gig workers face. So if you go to my LinkedIn profile, I still call myself a gig worker, right? It's important that I understand where you're coming from, right? Like it's important to show a different thing, which I totally
Yes.
get it. But I'm saying like I'm not shying away from the fact that I'm a gig worker, right?
No, it's not
Huh.
about shying away. Like it's about the difference in the market, which I've seen in Mumbai and in
Yeah, yeah,
the market which is presently available at Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad.
yeah.
Over here, the priority isn't given to the skill set, but the influence that you are having in the market already
Right.
and your reach in the market. And in Bangalore and Chennai, like I have many friends over there. Over there, which is a good thing, the skills are given much more priority. So
Got
you
it.
can
Yeah.
grow on basis of your completely on basis of your skills. But
Ah.
in Mumbai, I don't know for what reason, it's like completely opposite.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
are
I know, I
having
know.
an influence, good enough influence that everything
Yeah.
is open for you.
Yeah, very true. Very true. No questions there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
that's
clear
the
on.
sole reason. So
Yeah.
like I know that I need to grow in Mumbai, so I
Got
need
it.
to represent myself accordingly.
Yeah. See, this is your identity, like, but like the title could be anything, right? Like the title within, so we have, maybe we should add the title over here. So here, instead of apprenticeship, because Krishna is starting an apprenticeship today, it's written like this. In your profile, it'll be junior associate, right? And your start date, end date would start over there. So that's just a role. But at the core, we are all trying to improve our skill set. Like there's no questions about that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Trishna is clear, so we can. I'll ping you this link.
Yeah, I'll ping them the links.
Okay, nice.
I possibly get an email instead of getting a chat on Zoom.
Yeah, yeah. Also, just bookmark that page and keep, because that's the only page that you would have to use while you're associated with us. It'll get better, guys. As in, I understand like the ease of using an app, and then like you don't have to log in every time I click on like remember a URL. But because we want to focus on like come out of this whole Google ecosystem, so that's why no apps. And Rome works on something called GraphQL, and they give something called an offline database. So this all will become a node within the entire blockchain network, right? So that's the only reason. So otherwise, like app building and all, get it. But can you guys start filling that now?
I've just WhatsApped it to both of you. I've just WhatsApped your links to both of you. Is that okay?
And then we'll mail later. Yeah.
Completely fine. You can like send it either way.
How many chapters were you able to finish, guys?
So like I scanned through the entire book since recently.
Okay.
Like I spoke with Girdhar on Monday. So I've scanned through the entire book, but understanding wise, I'm still on chapter 5. And once I like finish the entire understanding them, and like I'll be doing the case study. Like I'll take up a random imaginary example, and thereafter, like if you guys can like given some time, we'll discuss it so that we can like see whether I'm going on a right thinking track or not. And if we can spot the differences, we'll get along with that.
Instead of an imaginary brand, you'll be think about
not
a
completely imaginary, but a bit of related to something which I know.
Yeah, I think Gigi, did you mention McKinsey, BCG, and God?
Yeah, he has mentioned in the
Yeah. So because that's what we'll be selling, right? Like God will be positioned. So doing a growth engine for God. I mean, we have done that ourselves, but we want to see how you are able to do it as well.
Right.
I kind of read through it. I wanted to understand SS a little better. One of the questions I had is I wanted to see if there is any metrics for impact of the work I guess I'm supposed to do for business services.
Yeah.
So I think I'll see value there, and then I'll have a better idea on how I want to move through it right now. So I wanted to see an impact metrics on that, quality and quantity. So not just numbers, but since we are talking about virtues and values and things like that, so how does that actually translate well-being, and how does that really translate into productivity?
Right. So in my profile, you saw that 6 different things with numbers, right? So
Yeah.
it comes from a baseline forming, right? We do a baselining, and then on top of that, if you're able to do physical activities every day, keep your body fat percentage. So a lot of, actually there are like 1,000 questions that we have curated. Now it's just a matter of like bringing it into a smaller piece, a palatable way. Yeah. But I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
So good. Is it on a starting stage, or is there some metrics available? I mean, have people gone
Not-
through a cycle, and
no,
is
no.
there
Not on B2B side. B2C side, we have done. Yeah,
I'd
we have
like to
done it
see
on
that.
us. Huh?
Can I know, like, can I get that info?
Yeah. We just started actually. The baselining, we did it for ourselves, and last 45, 60 days, I started working out, and then my fat percentage came down. My BMI is like 19.3 something now. Fat percentage is 18.6. When I started, it was 22. And like no workout, it's just purely based on diet. But okay, so that's just physiology, right? So then for energy level, what we are doing is on a daily basis, we have something called waking up with Essence, okay? Where we have meditation, breath work, and we do journaling, gratefulness, clarity, and what you're going to do for a particular day, right? So basically, that's the second level. Then the third level is where, not third, fourth level is where stop being boring comes in, which is, you have something fun to do, which impacts your thoughts and your experience. And then output and other things we already have, right? Habit is fixed. My output in terms of logging it on Roam and everything is fixed. So this is the 7 stack that we're trying to apply on ourselves, right? Because it's pretty new.
Are they documented somewhere?
Yeah, I can show mine.
Yeah, can you? I'd like to see it by myself and digest it on my own, if that's okay.
Yeah. So this is my Stranger Sapiens profile. So this is my personal growth started on May 1st, right? See, physiology, energy, experience, thoughts, behavior, and performance. And then I created a baseline for that particular day. And then expected by August, I have to, if I finish these 3 points, then I would say I've reached 8. The personal thing only right now, but all 6 stacks, right?
Given 60 days or 45 days, what's the change in productivity have you seen?
And like, I'll write it down. I've like tracked only energy and physiology.
On the whole, it doesn't matter what so since you're in the program, my question is, one is what you've done, metrics on each one of those 7 stacks. Another metric that I'm asking is, if you've baselined I'm sure there's a baseline of your productivity. So as going through the program, you are, I'm sure, measuring your productivity as well. So I'd like to see that also. I mean, assuming there's no other variable that you are putting in terms of your self-growth or self-development or your well-being, and this is all there is.
Because ideally there should be no other variable. Like that's the whole point, right?
I wouldn't know that you.
I mean, that is the whole point of this S's and 6 stacks. Like if there is something else, it should fit within one of these 6 stacks, right? Your financial well-being is part of your performance, right? If my sales skills improve, then I'm able to close more deals, which means my percentage commission that I get out of those deals increases my financial well-being, which means my performance is directly tied to financial well-being, right? So there's nothing outside these 6 different stacks. That's what we are trying to prove also. But at a high level, I can clearly say 30% improvement in my productivity. And because I've been doing a lot of things, energy conservation, Yeah, and this meditation, and inside meditation, then we started doing something called breath work, Bastrika, we added all those things. And it's connected by Ajay. Ajay has been doing breath work for the last 8 years, and he's the shaman. So this guy is able to guide us into all those things. Physiology, because the gyms were closed and I wasn't like really motivated to do at home. Right now, it's just about fixing the diet, and that itself has had a lot of impact. Yeah, so I would say 30% improvement in productivity. But like you saw there, like I really want to like go back and fill that by August 1st so that we have like good 3 months of data. Right now, from May 1st, we started, so we're just 45.
Days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I also get a breakdown of what goes into each one of those stats?
Yeah. By Wednesday, we'll have that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can get this in written, right? I mean, it's available as a document somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I can share my Rome page to you. There's nothing to hide.
I think she was asking about some kind of
Write up of this, there's a log only, no, Krishna?
Two things. One is I need a breakup of all those six stats. And then a documentation of the process that you've been through. Like you're measuring right from time to time. So
yeah. We go to, so the breakdown, I will quickly show. I don't think this you would have seen. So see, this whole 5 sessions is around physiology. This is around energy. So your meditation, breath work, emotional intelligence, this is all part of energy. This is all part of experience. This is part of thinking, philosophical, whatever. Behavior, how do my habits and my output start coming in at behavior and performance level. So this is in strangersapiens.club/power, which we ran as a fellowship for like 45 days. 31 topics, 62 hours. We started in October, ended in December. Right now we have like removed it, and we have, because there's so much happening, we just put a pause on that. So this link won't be available on the website, I guess, but I'll ping you. Okay. So this is at a high level subject-wise breakdown. Okay, but within that we have parameter-wise breakdown. That is the next level.
So this is the screen that you're showing right now is a parameter based.
No. These are subjects.
These are subjects. Okay.
Subjects, yeah. Within that, let's say you do EQ, that becomes a parameter, right? And here in body, you would do, what's your parameter? It could be body fat percentage. It could be your water retention percentage. Those are all parameters. That's what we'll be doing by Wednesday, which I said, the baselining. So the parameters will be the same, right?
Got it.
Okay.
This is a program basically.
Yeah. So this is correct. So this we did, Pranshu did it once, but now we thought this is like too much of commitment that we're asking from people. We have started off with 30 people, and then there was a drop off, came down, right? So we wanted to like break it down into smaller chunks and do the same thing, which is what now we are trying to do with something called Compete, which is for students who are preparing for competitive exams, right? So it's a part of the whole power course, but like shortened it to like 8 days. This is purely focused on exam results and whatnot, right? Which won't work for us. Yeah. A lot of hidden pages on SS site also.
Okay, you're sending me this, right? I'll go through it.
Yeah, I've sent you power.
Okay. Second. WhatsApp, right? Or email?
Send it on. Gigi, I will send you. I don't have your number yet. I'll ask Girdhar to send it.
Sorry, I was on mute. What I was saying is just put it in a profile.
Right. Okay.
Put it in Trisha's profile, yeah. So Trisha, you're able to open the Rome page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Veer, are you also able to access the Rome page?
I said I'm done with adding the details.
Oh, you're done with? Okay, lovely. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the next part. The next part is, so now that identity is done, Krishna, you can like take your time, do it later. How we log our work on a daily basis. So you start with so there's something called daily log template. You just have to select that. So how did I do that? 2 semicolons and go to daily log template. Okay, then automatically you'll get today's date, what's your outcome, sprint 1, start time, end time, whatnot, right? So basically how we are trying to do is on this particular day, I started working at 8 a.m. to basically if you're putting 2 hours, then you can break it down into 2 1-hour sessions or like 3-4 Pomodoro sessions, however you want to do it. If you guys are aware of Pomo, there's a Pomodoro timer, which is like a 25 minutes of blocking your time to do like really productive work. And then it starts counting down, right? And then you take a 5-minute break. So 30 minutes over. So usually in 1 hour, you do 2 pomos. Okay. This will work for us. It may not work for tech people. Okay. Because these guys sit at a stretch and usually do it. But anyway, so if you want to use it, like Rome has a lot of features. The reason why we chose Rome is not just because of the data and whatnot, but in itself, it's a productivity tool. We don't need anything else apart from this. And even if you leave the community, you don't want to work with us, whatnot, you will still take away Rome with you. That learning is going to stay with you forever, right? And the best way to organize your life is on Rome. No questions about it. Anyway, so sprint 1. So the first could be 1 Pomo, then you add start time, end time, start time, end time. And then what's the outcome? This is very important. Don't just say I worked on this. Like, let's say you have a Google Doc to support that, add that Google Doc. If you have a Rome page to support that, add that Rome page. If you have anything, the output should be linked over there. It may not be a finished output, but still like, you know, the task, wherever you're working on, that log has to come up over there, right? That's what I mean. So this will be the daily log kind of thing. Apart from that, we'll be working on all our projects will be put up over inside these things, right? And what we usually do, mad about growth, seconds, go to see, so what are the projects that you're working on will come up over here. And then, so let's say Stranger Sapiens B2B Growth Engine Handbook, right? So that page we would create and we'll put it up on your profile page again. And then within that, you can start adding your work inside that as well. So that's how your identity is there, your daily work log is there, and all the projects that you have worked on over there also keeps piling up in the same profile page. One page is what you have to remember, or like bookmark and keep. That's it. Okay. For everything else, we'll start off with this. There are like multiple processes and everything that we have. If it's Veer, there is a pre-sales template. There's like, you know, when you put 2 semicolons, you'll get all the templates that we have within the community. Again, everything is transparent. You can like look up if you want to change it, let us know. We can sit together, deliberate and change it. But the base is put up already, right? And Growth Engine Handbook is more like us coming on together at the same vocabulary level, right? And we talked about this, which is for us to work better, we should be able to communicate efficiently, and which means you should have better vocabulary or similar vocabulary, which is how language came into existence. And now, because we are all reading one handbook, we will know. So if I say user buyer, you will immediately know what I'm talking about once you're done with the handbook, right? That's the goal, basically. So for now, profile page, and like just play around with Rome, okay? And then tomorrow when we meet, if you guys can put up, you can start logging your work, right? Like you're working on your growth engine handbook. Whenever you're doing it, just it's gonna transform your life. Trust me. Like any project that you're gonna do, if you start looking at it this way, I'm putting a start time, 25 minutes of focused work, then I move on to the next task, right? Set aside 2 hours in your life, put it on your calendar. Whenever that is, you guys decide. Right now, the goal is to finish growth engine handbook by this Sunday. Okay, extending it to one more Sunday, but start now logging your work, right? So right now we would say started chapter 5. I read this, then I started filling this handbook, workbook, then put a link to those things. That's it. I hope that's clear. Yeah. Okay. Is it like overwhelming? Like I'm not getting response. I'm not sure if it's like overwhelming or it's like.
No, like if you want, you can just go through my page, which I have filled.
Oh, okay.
If you have
Okay.
any inputs. Gigi, did I miss anything? You're on mute.
Sorry, what do you say, Sam?
Did I miss anything?
I understand it. Sorry.
Covered most of it, Sam. Covered everything.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah.
Presentation, communication, public speaking.
Sorry to cut you in between. So the initial 2 data, I put it in encrypted mode, but still you are able to see. Right?
Okay, so I'll tell you how you have to do it. So you have to, did you do this?
No. I just
so basically once you do, correct. So once you do encrypt, no, then you press enter. Okay. Once you press enter, then you click on that. Then it'll ask you a hint and whatnot. Then you have to go inside, let's say, test, submit. Now you can start typing over here. Okay, so let's say your thing is 9330906, right? Then you click on this. So you have now locked it. Okay, that's it, encrypted.
Okay.
It is. So if someone wants to decrypt it, because I set the password, it's like stored on my ROM. But if you had set it, like I won't know the password and the hint phrase.
Okay. I just tried with my mail ID.
Yeah. So your start date June 14, meaning okay, cool. Also, always names, guys. Names should always be with hashtags. Okay. And for Gigi and me, just use Gigi and MSP. There's a meeting note template also. But like I said, we'll slowly go one at a time.
And there's a video also for the reference.
Mm.
So you'll be able to use that.
When was this shot? Long time back.
Short for our last apprenticeship.
Okay. Cool. And this video also we can put it up.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the respective pages.
Yeah. So this queries is nothing but, let's say, can't access encrypted block. Okay. And then you do command enter or control enter. Then it becomes a to do. Then if you tag it to MSP, so if I go to my profile, I can easily see that's opening.
Okay, so the hashtag is like tagging to you.
Yeah, hashtag is a page. See, and then now you did it on your page, right? but then I'm able to see it as a to-do on my profile page. Right, that's the advantage.
Okay.
I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. Okay.
I think we are done for today.
Can you show this to-do thing one more time?
To-do thing again. Okay. So there's okay. So for to-do also there's a process, but like right now I'll just show.
Yeah.
You can
So
do
that I'm-
/to-do. Yeah. /
Okay.
Anything in
Okay,
Chrome,
that's
guys, if you want to access /. Okay. The first thing that you will see is to-do only.
Okay, so then you are
Okay.
able to see it in your to-do list if I tag you
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
hashtag.
If you tag me, exactly. Yeah.
Correct. Okay, got it.
Got it. See, Pomodoro timer is your date picker. You can just say today and the today's date will come.
No, I picked it up likewise only hashtag today.
Yeah. Then, yeah, everything that you, so in my profile, Trishna, in Stranger Sapiens, you saw my rating, right? That's a slider. That 0 to 10, that's a slider. You can add encrypted text, diagrams, drawings, tables, Kanban board. Anyway, so like I said, like slowly we'll show you, because Kanban board we use for our CRM, right? So once we move a cold lead into a hot lead and whatnot, we are using Kanban board. And the skill table that Gigi had sent you guys is a table. And the onboarding video that you are seeing now is an embed video thing. And yeah, you can find word counts, lots of things are there. Yeah, you can like, anyway, so I don't want to get into Rome otherwise.
So like, how are you able to? How is DG able to like tag this live video which we are recording at this time?
Not live video. We put it into YouTube and then like you link the YouTube link here. So it's like, so once you give the embed video, then it's gonna ask for a URL. So either you can like put it on Loom, wherever. It has to be hosted somewhere.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just the URL you have to put. Yeah.
Correct.
Just setting this up within a company in itself will be a future consulting thing. There are already people in the US who have started this. They're called Rome architects. Okay. They come and set up things in your company so that the process is better. You as a company can collaborate better. And Rome is also in a very early stage. By the way, we will also be receiving funding from Rome soon for third pillar because, yeah. Anything else now? If not, we can, we'll start a WhatsApp group between like three of us. Ideally, we should do it on Discord. I would prefer Discord because too many WhatsApp groups now. But if you guys don't check, because that's a habit now, right? Because then you have to start looking at Discord. Otherwise, what will happen is I'll say, hey, Veer, I've sent you a message on Discord and I will ping you on WhatsApp. That defeats the whole purpose. The reason is
anything which you are comfortable with.
I mean, if we bring it up as because we are starting now, so if we make it like a process, no. Because WhatsApp is a linear conversation, right? Discord is more structured. Like you can have, okay, so this is for this project. For each project, we can create a separate channel. We can set like permission rights and whatnot. Already, like Madabout Growth has a Discord server. So this is Madabout Growth's Discord server. Once you come here, you'll see like a little bit talk about this. You just have to upvote it here. Then it opens up our community guidelines, talk about data and everything. Then you tell a little bit about yourself. You select here. Okay, this will be a little tricky. It's not like clicking here. You have to click at the bottom. Then it will increase the count and whatnot. And once you start filling up this page, which is what's your skill and whatnot, your age group, what are the skills you want to be part of, then these circles will open up for you. Strategy, sales, marketing, those kind of things. Okay. So then let's say we are now working on a project which is, so SS is typical. SS is what now, though I'm part of SS, but as far as MAG is concerned, Stranger Sapiens is a client. That's it, right? So it's a project for us. So for that, we'll create, this is SS, so we'll have a template for that. And every page would have a Roam page as a reference thing, because Roam is our brain, right? Like it has to be there. When we are sitting in meetings like that, we'll always record on Roam. We'll put our work log on Roam, but communications can happen on Discord. But again, like these things we can discuss like in a week's time. This week is very simple. Profile page, start logging your work of this growth engine handbook. And we do it for God. Trishna do it for SS B2B side.
Right.
That's the only task for this week. I mean, I know it's not like only task, a lot of things are there. And then like slowly, you know, we'll get into Discord, we'll get into, yeah. Okay. Any questions? Other questions?
Yeah, I wanted to like discuss about the contract, but like I'll do it personally with both of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Krishna, any questions?
I'm okay.
Okay, great. You're joined from your phone, is it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay. See, the one problem with Roam is it's not easily accessible on phone. So it's like desktop, sit and write. For that only Roam will be useful. For everything else, we have to use either WhatsApp or Discord. I mean, they're building, they'll get there, but they're also in their initial stages. So let's give them some time. You know. Okay, so I'll stop recording. I think if there are no more questions, we are officially done with today's meeting.